Hello and welcome to the third and last part of the video series, The Three Fundamentals of Epic Thinking. Now, in video one, we spoke about taking responsibility, and that is so critical to understanding the art of how to think so that you can think epic. In video 2, we talked about making a decision, and we connected decision to taking responsibility. Now, in video 3, we are going to look at the third fundamental, which is work. You've got to be ready to do the work. The work of how to think is work. You've got to be ready to do the work. Taking responsibility for your own thoughts, you've got to do it. Making a decision based on how you've been thinking thus far and now you know you can think better is something you need to do. All of that is work. All of that is work. Work. Can't run away from it. Can't change it. It's work. Do the work, period. It's not going to be done for you. Do the work, period. And even if it is done for you, you do not develop. We are made to grow. We are made to be productive. Humans go through growth and as a result are productive. There is no shortcut. Be prepared to do the work of transforming by renewing your mind, by learning and understanding the art of how to think. Do the work, period. See, I would like to say it in a lovely way, do the work, don't, get some help so that you can get the work done. We've been saying that to each other for decades, and there's still more mediocrity than there is excellence. There are more people who engage in mediocre work than those who engage in excellent work. One takes more effort than the other. And what is more depressing is that those who engage in mediocre work are satisfied with their mediocrity. Why? Because they do not recognize that their work is mediocre. Why? Because they have not come in contact with what excellent work looks like. So the mediocre thinker and the one who insists on learning how to think excellently are miles apart, and therefore their results are miles apart. I remember when I would tidy up my house with my 2 little children and my husband then, and I would think the house was tidy. My sister would come in and tidy up the house, and the difference would be super clear. Like, I just used to wonder, how come I cannot make my house this tidy? Because I did not think that way. If I used something, I left it in the same place. I did not take it to where it should be. Why? Because I'm thinking that's too far. I don't want to do it now. I will do it later. This is what I want to do now. I can't be bothered. And so you have an untidy place. Mediocre. And until you come in contact with excellence, you will not know that you are mediocre. And you don't have to come in contact with excellence physically. You can come in contact with excellence in your thinking simply by making a decision. I want to be better. I want to be better. That's all. And so you begin to do what you don't usually do to be better. So do the work, period. Dictionary definition of the word work: an activity such as a job that a person uses physical or mental effort to do. Everybody can do physical work, but not everybody does mental work. And what I've found in my work is, although we can all do mental work, we don't want to do mental work. We know we ought to, we know we can, we know it will make our bottom line and our results better. We don't want to do it. We don't want to put our brains through the gym. No, we just want to do what we always do. Use our brawn, not our brain. Oh, the work is the mental work. Because the mental work will determine the physical work. And if the physical work is poor, it's because the mental work is poor. You cannot give out of what you have inside what is not yet inside. Okay, so do the mental work. It pays. Now and later, it pays. Now, even this is determined by how you think, like I said. The mental work that you do is determined by how you think. That is the work, the thinking. That is the work. So like I said, the mental work is the thinking work, okay? That is the work. And it needs to be done, and done excellently. I'll repeat that. It needs to be done, and it needs to be done excellently. So let me tell you a story. When I started my business, I would do what I call start and stop. I would give myself reasons why I stop and call friends. I would even call my friends to justify myself. No one knows I've stopped, but I want to justify my actions. So I call friends, oh, you know, this is why. And I tell them why. And some of my reasons were this: I am upset. It is not working. I made no money last week. I spoke to 20 people this week and none bought. Tired of giving my services away for free. Those were some of my reasons for stopping. I'll start my business, I'll work on my business, in my business, and one day I'll just stop, like I'm not doing it. Literally fold my arms, shut my laptop, don't look at my books, and I'll watch films. I will not do it. The biggest one of the reasons I would give is I have worked and worked but did not get the results I desired and expected, so I am not working anymore. I mean, hey, doesn't that make sense? Why should you work when you don't get what you want? What are you working for then? You know? Why should you carry on? It makes sense to me. Well, it did then. It probably makes sense to you. Yeah, why are you flogging a dead horse? He's not going to wake up. He's not going to start galloping. But Think about it. Imagine that kind of thinking. It really is thinking on stilts. Seriously. I mean, seriously. And let me explain why. Allow me to ask this question. How long did I work for before I stopped? Who decided that I had to stop? How long did I work for before I stopped? Another question, why did I stop? I'm giving you the reasons. That's why I stopped. But why did I really stop? I want you to think about it. Why did I really stop? Was it those reasons? Because after I started and I stopped, I would go back and start again, then I would stop. And I'm not telling you I'm not tempted anymore to stop, but I know better now. My thinking is not as stinking as it used to be. So why did I stop? There is no need to answer those questions. No need. But we do need to know what stopped me, because if I know a truck can stop me, I will avoid the truck. If I know a person can stand in my way, I will avoid the person, not talk to the person. The person will not know what I'm doing when I'm doing, if I'm doing. Okay? So if I know all that, then I can avoid it. So it's important we know the what that stopped me. Let's find out what that is. It's my thoughts. My thoughts dictated the stop time, the stop day, and the stop date. So I'm working on my business and it's happening and I'm loving it. And then all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, as I'm going on, 1 week, I don't make any money, and another week is just tough. I'm struggling and nothing much is happening. And then I get to a point where I'm thinking, this is not working. This is just not good. Like I'm fed up. I mean, it's my thoughts. I'm not having a conversation, but with myself in my head. My thoughts dictate. All right, that's it. Stop now. Time 2 o'clock. Day Wednesday. Date 2nd of April. My thoughts dictated that. Can you imagine that? That's what we all go through. Instead, I just need to get up and do the work. Think differently. What needs to change? What needs to happen? Who do I need to hire? And incidentally, it was after one of those stop-start moments that I hired my coach. And it just propelled me. Get up and do the work. After thinking, I got to a point where I said, you know what? I need help. And what stopped me from getting help earlier? Oh, I couldn't pay the coach. But I paid the coach. I did. You see, when you start a journey, the way will show itself. But if you keep standing in one spot, the way is up front. You will not see the way from where you are standing until you start the journey, and then you will see the way. Start the journey. Get up and do the work. Period. Do the work. It's the third fundamental of how to think.